Jai Hind children. Today let us discuss the complex permanent tissue. You know that simple permanent tissue as parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma are made up of one type of cells and they perform a certain function. But these complex permanent tissue are different. They are made up of different types of cells and together they perform a common function. So the complex tissues are the tissues which has different types of cells and perform a certain function and they have a common origin. The complex tissues are mainly for transportations of nutrients, water and minerals, etc. They constitute the vascular bundle and they are xylem and phloem. The vascular bundle is made up of xylem and phloem. These tissues are very important for a complex plant as they make possible the survival of the plants in the terrestrial environment. The xylem conducts water and mineral and the phloem conducts food and organic solutes. Now let us talk about xylem. It is made up of 4 components or elements. You will find that these components, the 3 of them are dead, whereas 1 component is living. It conducts water from the roots of the plant to the leaves of the plant, because you know that leaves needs water for the process of photosynthesis. So xylem is a very important conductive tissue which conducts water. It is made up of 4 components or elements. The first one let us discuss is the tracheids. It has elongated cell and the cells are pointed at the ends. The walls are lignified. Lignified walls you have seen in sclerenchyma also. And they have perforated pits. The perforations are called the pits. They are for the conductions of water. So you know now that tracheids have elongated cells with pointed ends. They are dead cells. They are hard and lignified and has the pits. They conduct water and minerals. Next we talk about is the vessels. Now vessels are also elongated cell, but they are somewhat different from the tracheids. They have blunt end. So they are elongated cell with blunt end. They are also dead. Their walls are also lignified and they have some perforations also. The cells of these vessels are placed one upon the other. They are mainly found in the angiospermic plant. Now you will ask, what is angiospermic plants? They are the flowering plants or the plants which have the seeds inside the fruits. So tracheids and xylem, now tracheids and vessels of the xylem. Now we are going to study about xylem fiber. The xylem fiber are the sclerenchymatous cells. They are dead with lignified wall again and they have a narrow lumen. You have learnt in sclerenchyma the cells have narrow lumen. And what they do? They are dead and they only do the mechanical support to the xylem. Next is the xylem parenchyma. This is the only component or the element of the xylem which is living. So xylem parenchyma are the parenchymatous cells. So they are living. They are thin walled and they store lots of water and helps food and helps in the sidewise conduction of water. So xylem has 4 components. tracheids, vessels, fiber and xylem, parenchyma. Out of these, the 3 components are dead and the 1 is living, and it helps in the conduction of water from the roots to the leaves. That means the conduction is unidirectional. Now let us talk about the phloem. Now the phloem is very different from the xylem, as the phloem is also the conductive tissue, but it conducts the food. So it is the conducting of food part in the vascular bundle. Now phloem conducts the food in both the direction. The food prepared in the leaves is supplied to the other parts of the plant, and the food stored in the roots are also supplied by the phloem to other parts of the plant. It is also made up of 4 components or elements: sieve tube, companion cell, phloem fiber and phloem parenchyma. Sieve tube, companion cells, phloem fiber and phloem parenchyma. The most important is the sieve tube and the companion cell. The sieve tube are long tube-like structures composed of long sieve tubes element which are placed one upon the other. The ends of the walls are perforated. The end of the sieve tube walls are perforated, which are known as sieve plates. They are the living cells and has lots of cytoplasm, but they do not have the nucleus. So sieve tubes are long elongated cell which are known as sieve tube elements. They are living with lots of cytoplasm but no nucleus. It has sieve plates and helps in the conduction of food. Next comes the companion cell. As the name suggests, companion means associated with someone, friend with someone. So the companion cells are placed within with the sieve tube. They help the sieve tube. They are also living. They are long. They are thin-walled. They are nucleated. Here is the difference. So they are, you can find that they are nucleated. They possess lots of cytoplasm. And what they do? They control their own activity as well as control the activity of the sieve tube. So companion cell are with the sieve tube, very closely associated with the sieve tube. Next we talk about phloem fiber. As the name suggests again, the phloem fiber are dead. It provides support and it's a sclerenchymatous cell. The walls are lignified and this gives the mechanical support or provides support. The last one is the phloem parenchyma, and phloem parenchyma is a parenchymatous cells. So obviously they are living and they help in storage of food. So phloem has again 4 components or elements. They are sieve tube, companion cell, phloem fiber and phloem parenchyma. Out of this, sieve tube, companion cell and parenchyma, phloem parenchyma are living, but phloem fiber are dead. And phloem is for conduction of food from the leaves to the other parts of the plant as well as from the stored part, roots such as roots, to the other parts of the plant. So here in the phloem, the conduction is bidirectional, both the direction. This is all for xylem and phloem. Thank you, children.